Hi YouTube, it's Go Teams VSG here. I am coming to you a day late for what I have said would be my Thursday updates. I don't have for you a weight today. I was traveling this week to Redding, California, and I have decided I'm only going to weigh myself on my scale because other scales don't agree with it. So I think in order to get the best representation of what I weigh or so that I'm comparing apples to apples, I need to always weigh myself on the same scale. So I will do my weigh-in tomorrow morning. Excuse me, I'm really stuffed up. And so hopefully that'll go well. That is what I wanted to talk about today. Speaking of the fact that I was in Redding, I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's been like for me. I'm just over 5 weeks out. Yesterday marked 5 weeks for my surgery date. And I wanted to talk about what it's like for me at this point to travel with my sleeve. This is the second business trip that I've had to take since being sleeved. And in fact, I'll be going to Portland, Oregon next weekend for my nephew's birthday. While there, I get to hang out with Fly Girl VSG, who is one of my good friends. And we're actually going to come to you with a dual video, a Go Teams VSG meets Fly Girl VSG, and hopefully it'll be really fun. Anyway, so I have found that traveling with my sleeve has been a lot easier than I would have suspected. In the past, when I have dieted, that seems way too many dideds, but you know what I mean. When I've been on a diet, I'll do really well, and then if I have to travel, all bets are off. And that usually marks the end of whatever diet I've tried because I just so blow it when I'm traveling. Again, sleeve's a tool and it's helping me be a lot more successful. So as I mentioned before, when I traveled to Tucson, which is an easy driving distance from Phoenix, I packed with me a scoop of Isopure unflavored protein powder in a single serving Tupperware-esque container, one for each day. And then also because I was driving and I could have the additional weight, I took with me a Premier Protein shake, chocolate. I haven't ever tried any of the other flavors, for each day. And as I discussed with you previously when I was there, I typically stuck to egg salad or some sort of soup. There was one day where I was bad. I cheated. I ate a mini cinnamon roll from Cinnabon. That's in the past. So overall, it was fairly easy. I took a similar approach this time going to Redding. I took the single serving scoops of Isopure protein powdered unsweetened. I also took my immersion blender so that I could easily make protein shakes. The first morning I was there, I used orange juice, yogurt, pineapple, and milk, and then some Sweet and Lows to make a protein shake. It was okay. The orange juice probably had more sugar than I wanted, and it was a little bit acidic for me, but it was fine. It was fruity and kind of tropical because of the pineapple. After that, I made an amazing discovery, which is I didn't realize that I could mix my unflavored protein powder with coffee and it would just completely go away. So now it's like an additional thing I put in my coffee, and it is so much better. I like it so much better. So I think I might just start doing that, is adding my Isopure to my coffee because it's so much better, it's so much easier. So that's what I did the other 3 days. And then for lunch, so this week, yesterday was my first day, technically, that I was able to start soft foods. Originally, I was supposed to be on pureed foods for 4 weeks. At my 2.5 week checkup, I talked with my nutritionist. I told her how much I hate the pureed stage, and so she said that I could knock it off a week early. Honestly, I started soft foods a while ago, and have just like been chewing them to the state where I can push them easily through my teeth, kind of like if I was swishing water around. That sounds gross, but so I chew them really well. So yeah, so the rest of the time, you know, I relied on lean proteins, some that were like probably not super lean. One day, for example, for dinner, I ordered off a kid's menu at a really good steakhouse their half-pound hamburger, no bun, like just basically the patty, and it came with some cheese and sauteed mushrooms, and then on the side I had steamed broccoli and cauliflower. And oh my gosh, it was so good. That is the thing that I have been craving the most in the 5 weeks since I've had my weight loss surgery. It was amazing. Another time, I went to a soup and sandwich place with some students and ordered the cream of broccoli soup, which was very nicely pureed together. And then for the sandwich, because you know, as a cup of soup and a half sandwich, I just got the pastrami that would come on it, and that was good. So meeting my protein, I've been putting my stuff into FitnessPal, and I've been doing great meeting my protein. Calorically, I range, still not doing great, like is inconsistently meeting at least 800 calories a day. So this week, total net calorie rise, I ranged anywhere from 440 to Thursday. Yesterday was a high one for me because for lunch we went to Mexican food and I had some chili verde, and honestly I don't have any idea what went into that chili verde. That's the danger about eating out when you're traveling, is you don't know when it went into making that. But it estimated it at 327 calories, and I ate it for lunch, and then I ate it again later that evening when I for my 5th meal of the day. Anyway, so it was pretty high, but I think that was about 1,300 calories. So I'm doing better about getting enough calories in. I would say this week I probably averaged 950 calories if I were to add it all up and divide it by 5, which I'm pretty happy with because my nutritionist has told me that I need to be getting a minimum of 800, and she would like me to shoot for 1,000. So and then as far as carbs go, I'm getting more carbs in. I pulled it up because I was curious, how many carbs do I need to be getting in? And before, basically anything under 50 grams of carbs a day is ketosis. 50 to 100, it said, was kind of the sweet spot where it maximizes fat burning. And so that's pretty much where I was 50 to 100. A couple days I was under 50. So I'm feeling better about reaching my goals. And I think I mentioned last time that I have another new mantra. I just keep adding all these mantras, which is today's a new day, try harder. That goes along with discipline is giving up what you want now for what you really want. And the last one I think that I want to put in there, which I think is kind of funny, is like, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. And that's really talking about my fitness level, which is the other thing I want to talk about with traveling and working out. So last week, before I left, I did good. I worked out, I think, 3 days in a row, and that's great for me, walking and getting exercise in. When I made my travel plans to Reading, for the first time in my life, I considered whether they had a gym. I've never cared. And Monday, I didn't get exercise in. I did bit of walking around the airport. Honestly, my flight out of Phoenix was delayed about an hour, a little more than an hour. So I missed my flight from San Francisco to Redding. So I had to catch a later flight. I ended up getting at my hotel at 11:30 that night. I was exhausted. Tuesday, however, after class, my coworker and I came back to the hotel and then just walked around the neighborhoods, and we ended up walking for about 50 minutes. And I did use the gym briefly at the hotel because when I showed up to the lobby, I was about 5 minutes late. So I said, oh, I'll go in and jump on their treadmill and get warmed up. So yeah, that's like the first time I've ever used a gym, I think ever, at a hotel. And then the next night, and I highly recommend this if you ever go to Redding, California, I asked one of the students if they could recommend a place for a nice light hike. And so she suggested a place called Sundial Bridge. And the bridge has apparently won some architecture awards. It essentially looks like a big sundial. It's got a big mast that comes up and looks like a sundial. It's gorgeous. And they have these wonderful hiking trails around it that are paved, and there's inclines and going downhill. And so we walked that for at least an hour, and that was really great. Yesterday, nothing really. I mean, Thursday, we decided to go to a restaurant that took a little bit more time, so I didn't get any exercise in. But then today, though I didn't think I would have time for exercise because I was traveling all day, when we flew into San Francisco, though both of our airline tickets said United from Redding to San Francisco and it said United from San Francisco to Phoenix, we had to switch airlines to US Airways, which flew out of Terminal 1, and we were in Terminal 3. In Denver, you have to leave the terminal, you have to leave the secure area and take an air train to the next terminal over and then go back to security. So we had about 15 minutes to get from the terminal to the other terminal, through security, get to our gate and board. So we beat feet. And I think it worked out to being about 20 minutes of really fast-paced walking. So I got my exercise in. Not as much as I would have liked, but I'll take it. And in the past, historically, I have not been an exerciser. You know, I'll walk my dogs almost every single night, but pugs, they have very, very short little legs. And I'll show you. Frankie, come here. They want to see your legs. Oh, this is my puppy, Frankie. See, look at his legs. So we can never walk very fast. Hey, boy, he will sit right out. So we don't walk very fast, and then they get really hot also. So we don't usually walk very far before ditching the pugs or just coming home, honestly. So that's where the quote about the elephant comes in, is because for me, thinking about exercising and all the exercising I need to do is daunting. So right now, my focus is moving. I need to move. And I hope in time it'll get better. While I was in Redding, I went ahead and signed up for a swim class. I have a pool at my house. I think I mentioned this before. And I know how to swim. My brother, Mike, very kindly taught me how to swim when we were little, but I never had any formal lessons. And so I've never been as strong a swimmer as I'd like to be. So I signed up for a month's worth of swim classes, and it meets twice a week. That'll be a great way to get exercise. So that's what it looked like for me, traveling thus far with my sleeve. It's worked. I think it's worked really well. Honestly, I think that when I'm traveling, I do better at meeting my goals because I don't have as much other things going on. I mean, you know, I go to the trainings or the facilitation, and then I go to the hotel, and so I don't have laundry and visiting and pugs and all this other stuff that I'm thinking about. I can focus more on meeting my dietary needs and whatnot. Once again, I'm in a wife beater. I swear to God, I have real clothes. Anyway, so I will weigh myself first thing tomorrow. I'll wake up, take a big old whiz, and weigh myself, and hopefully I will weigh 261 or less. And if that's the case, that means that I'll have met my second weight loss goal, which is losing 10% of my original starting weight. If that happens, I will be treating myself to a trip to Ulta, which I've never been to before, but maybe investing in a few items of better quality makeup than I usually wear, because I don't wear a lot of makeup. As you see, like right now, this is pretty much the makeup I wear every day: foundation, powder, blush, draw my eyebrows, and mascara, and that's it. And it's usually Maybelline, CoverGirl, is always drugstore makeup. So maybe I'll treat myself to some makeup. Maybe I'll get all fixed up and do a video with my stats. I don't know. I would expect that I would be still wearing a wife beater. That is all I have. It's 16 minutes long. How the hell did I talk that long? I don't even know. Hopefully in the next video I'll show you another one of my pugs. I had 3 pugs, in case you haven't gotten that memo. And I'm trying to foster. I've been fostering, but not as much as I would like to. They are not using me. Anyway, I digress. That is all for now. I hope you have a fantastic night. And until next time, go teams. Goodbye.